Do you like grapes? I love grapes. I just ate a lot of grapes, probably too many grapes. We were able to give grapes out to all kinds of soldiers all throughout Gaza in different dangerous areas and coming back from a dangerous mission. And why am I talking about grapes? Well, let me tell you what, it's a symbol of Israel. It's what, remember the 2 spies that brought a good report about Aliyah to Israel, immigration to Israel by Joshua and the 12 tribes, but 10 spies brought a bad report. And you remember that whole thing? And but you know what? I'm going to tell you something. God can turn around what was meant for evil and turn it for good. Just like happened to Joseph in what was it, Genesis 50 verse 20. And it got turned around for good. He became the prime minister. He saved Israel from famine. And so what happened is, you know, I work with a conglomerate. I'm Yahalom, Sergeant Major in Yahalom. Tunnels and all kinds of high stakes hostage rescue and all that. But we work with other people like Shet at 13. That's like the Navy SEALs. We work with Matkal. That's like the Rangers in America. And with all kinds of others, Shaldag, Maglan, Seret Nachal, you know, all the cool kids. Elite conglomerate, blue, white. And the elite police sometimes are part of that. Some of the elite police units. So the elite police unit, they said, hey, we were able to apprehend this dude who robbed a Jewish vinter and stole all his grapes in their trucks. We stopped the trucks, and the farmer says, give it away to the soldiers. Don't bring it back to me. Give the grapes away. So we were able to bless them with grapes and an encouraging word about, give a good report about Israel. Isn't that kind of cool? God can turn it around. Even the situation, I believe he's going to turn around. He's going to get these hostages back. He's going to, this whole looming war with Iran and all this is part of actually a great peace that's going to come. Yeah, I believe it. Call me crazy, but I believe that it's a bad neighborhood. It's a tough neighborhood. You got to stand strong in this neighborhood in the Middle East. Maybe it doesn't work like that where you're from, but you got to stand strong here. And right now, we're being pummeled by rockets in the Galilee from the terrorist group Hezbollah, and they're pummeling us. Fires everywhere. I mean, they're striking right near where my family lives in the Galilee. And there's fires as a result of these rockets. And I'm going to tell a message to the Hezbollah. You better kindly stop shooting us before we kindly have to shut you down. And I mean it. It's getting out of hand. And then Iran wants to strike us on the 9th of Av. It's time to pray. It's time to act. But let me tell you what's going on. Let me tell you what. At this very time, the world's all talking about the Al-Tab'in school. And they're saying, and we first took out another bad guy. How do you say Al-Sisi? Al-Sisi. It's a guy that was the head of security of Hamas, and so we took him out, and then suddenly we're starting to do pinpointed strikes on the bad guys. And I'm just gonna say, if you are wanting to do a terrorist act, shooting missiles on us, shooting rockets on us, making bombs on us from a school, from a hospital, here's my advice to you. Don't do it, because it doesn't mean you can get off scot-free and do that. No. They say we went and just indiscriminately bombed. No, it was a small precision munition targeting one room, and it took out 19 confirmed Hamas and Islamic Jihad terrorists. That's what we do, precision strikes. I wish it didn't have to be there in a school, but yes, that happened. Sometimes they've been using mosques. They've been using these things, but they like to twist it in the media, and they like to say Israel's just indiscriminately bombing hospitals, just trying. No, we also alerted them ahead of time. Prior to the attack, we did what we do. Please remove yourself from this area. We announced it, even though that's a really bad idea, because then Hamas could get away. We might have to call off the strike. They might pile in more civilians. We have to call off the strike. But we did everything to try to use our accurate precision intelligence and make sure that they don't use their human shields, but that's what they do. And but the whole world is like, million children died. Like, well, no, 19 or 20 Hamas and Islamic Jihad terrorists died. Easy to dig in the sands of the south. It's easy to dig, and literally I can confirm about 200 tunnels, just another bunch this weekend, discovered and being dealt with like popcorn. Pop, 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 pop. And destroying them. They got to stop embedding themselves in these hospitals, in these schools, in these mosques. They got to stop. The world should be outraged at that. Lives of people are at stake. Stop doing that. Surrender. Release our hostages. And may you guys have a great week. And may the Hezbollah and Iran learn the lessons of history. Don't come up against Israel. Don't bomb us on the 9th of Av. Look what happened to Haman. look what happens to those who come against the Lord's anointed. Last little thought before you go. Do you know how you say the 10 Commandments in English? Well, in Hebrew, it's really cool. It's called Luchot Habrit, the tablets of covenant. I like that way to say it. I'll tell you why. The tablets of covenant reminds us of the covenant that we hold dear to. And God's taken us through, we've been through a lot of hard times, but we're still here and we will remain here, and the enemies of Israel will not.